The connection between sleep quality and exercise performance is one of the few areas where the science is unambiguous and overwhelming. Sleep matters enormously for physical performance, recovery, and motivation. The question is whether tracking your sleep with an Apple Watch actually helps you sleep better. Let's start with what we know about sleep and exercise. During sleep, your body releases growth hormone, repairs muscle tissue damaged during exercise, consolidates motor learning from skill-based activities, and restores energy systems depleted by training. Insufficient sleep impairs all of these processes. Studies consistently show that people who are sleep-deprived experience reduced endurance, slower reaction times, decreased motivation to exercise, and higher perceived exertion for the same workload. Sleep also profoundly affects the hormones that regulate hunger and satiety. When you're sleep-deprived, you produce more ghrelin, which stimulates appetite, and less leptin, which signals fullness. This makes it much harder to maintain healthy eating patterns that support your fitness goals. The connection between sleep and exercise success is not just about physical recovery, it's also about maintaining the motivation and energy to show up for your workouts. The Apple Watch's sleep tracking uses movement sensors and heart rate data to estimate sleep stages and overall sleep duration. It can show you patterns in your sleep schedule and give you a sense of whether you're getting consistent, adequate rest. The bedtime reminders feature can help establish a more regular sleep schedule, which is one of the most evidence-based recommendations from sleep research. However, here's where we need to be critical. Sleep tracking technology, including the Apple Watch, is not as accurate as polysomnography, the gold standard used in sleep clinics. The watch is essentially making educated guesses about your sleep stages based on movement and heart rate, and these guesses can be wrong. Some users report that the watch shows them as asleep when they were actually lying awake, or records their sleep as fragmented when they felt they slept well. More problematically, sleep tracking can sometimes make sleep worse. There's a documented phenomenon called orthosomnia, where people become obsessed with achieving perfect sleep metrics, and this anxiety about sleep actually impairs their ability to sleep well. If you wake up and immediately check your watch to see your sleep score, and a poor score makes you anxious about how you'll perform that day, you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of poor performance. The watch's bedtime reminders can be helpful, but they can also feel nagging and create stress if you're not able to follow them consistently. Life doesn't always cooperate with ideal bedtime schedules. If you have young children, work demands, or social commitments that occasionally keep you up late, getting a notification that you should be in bed can make you feel guilty rather than supported. There's also the question of whether wearing a watch to bed is comfortable and whether the electromagnetic radiation from the device, while generally considered safe, is something you want next to your body for 8 hours every night. Some people find wearing the watch disruptive to their sleep, which obviously defeats the entire purpose. The real value in sleep tracking isn't in the daily scores, but in identifying patterns over weeks or months. If you notice that you consistently sleep poorly after evening exercise, or that your sleep quality improves when you maintain a regular schedule, that information can guide meaningful behavior changes. But checking your sleep score every morning and using it to predict how your workout will go is probably counterproductive. If you're going to use the Apple Watch's sleep tracking features, focus on trends rather than daily scores. Use the bedtime reminders as suggestions rather than mandates, and remember that how you feel is more important than what the watch tells you about your sleep. If your watch says you slept poorly but you feel rested and energetic, trust your body, not the algorithm.